Chuck's Raw Reviews, Max Edition. Oh yeah! Hey guys, how you doing? Max here. So I'm going to be doing a Chuck's Raw Reviews, which is a channel on YouTube. Go check it out. It's amazing. It's awesome. I love Chuck. Chuck is one hell of a guy, and that's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to give him some reviews that he can post up on his review board, and then I'll be sharing on my Argentium Comics page. And so definitely go check it out. It's got some really good reviews. Now, his premise is that he's going to be doing some really cool comics that he really likes, that he's backed on Kickstarter, and that he's enjoyed. He's flat out said that he won't be giving bad reviews of comics. He's only going to be posting up the reviews that he's really enjoyed. It's not going to be all lovey-dovey. It's like, oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. No, he's going to, if he finds issues with a book, he's actually going to say, yeah, it could be better. And one of the things that he said was that everything could be better. You know, there's no such thing as the perfect story. Which I agree with, and I think it's why we're friends. We have that in common. As for interests and taste, he doesn't like manga, I do. He doesn't like superhero. Well, he doesn't always like superheroes, so it needs to be different. I generally do. So, you know, my reviews and his reviews are going to be of different types of content, but for the most part, they're going to be within that kind of framework. So let's get to it. So I decided that Chuck's doing reviews for other people, so I'm going to start off with Chuck's very own first title, Welcome to the Void. Let me just start by saying Welcome to the Void is a really cool concept. It's derived, so the magic system is essentially derived from this notion that magic is an extension of faith and of belief. That magic occurs when your belief is 110% there, that you believe you can do it, and as a result, you do it. So, Welcome to the Void is essentially that magic is possible because you know it's possible. It's that knowledge. It's that mindset. Let me start by saying that it's really dark, and I don't mean from a story point of view, from the color palette. Lots of grey, lots and lots and lots of grey. And the first page, the inside cover is pretty much saying, yeah, man, his life was shit. He grew up, he's a half American, half Tibetan boy who grew up in Tibet with a mother who was trying to free Tibet without any notion of how to go about that. So they eventually go back home, and we see he's at his job. He's a dish pig. His boss is an asshole. A colleague, her boyfriend's a bit of a dick, and he kind of gets into a situation where he kind of needs to step up, and then the magic happens, and that's kind of the gist of it. I really like what they've done with the color palette. The color palette is all grey and whatnot, and it kind of reflects his mood. He's very surly. He's very like he's going through the motions, and he's kind of just down in the dumps, you know. You kind of feel this sense of like you feel sorry for the guy. He's not anything spectacular. His life is pretty mundane. Um, the events that occur around him aren't mundane. It's kind of setting up this whole notion of um, what his life has been like when he came back to the US. We have an avatar of the typical prejudiced kind of experiences that someone like him would experience, and then you have the the type of people who would defend him as well, and essentially the boss who thinks he owns everyone because he's the boss, and that authoritarian type of boss, and who has no regard for anyone, and it's just you feel like, oh, this guy's never had a break in his entire life. There's no way this guy has ever had anything good or of note happen to this guy at all. And it's really heartbreaking, which is really cool to see that. And then a couple of things happen, and the reality of this world is kind of crumbling down without him we notice it, and it's like that whole, oh, we know what's happening but he doesn't, and it's really cool, and it builds your sense of tension between our knowledge and his knowledge, and that it's been such a great story, so really well crafted. And the thing is that just as a side note, with regards to comic creation, everyone's fires have to be like pistons have to be firing like this, and it all needs to come together. And with this book, it really has. So the people who have collaborated are Sean Barber on the internal pencils and inks. You got Kitty Pryde, who's done the Kitty Pryde. Kitty Pierce, sorry. Kitty Pryde, somebody else. It is an actual superhero. Kitty Pierce has done an amazing job with the colour palette. What I'd love to see, Kitty, yes, this is towards you, Kitty. What I'd love to see is that as he grows into his new role, that the actual colour schemes and the colour palette actually change to slightly more brighter, like his life might be, or it could even go darker, depending on how fucked up his life gets. Which, he's a superhero, like, that's what happens. You fucks up your life. Yeah, so that was issue 0. That was really cool, and I'm really excited for issue number 1. I want to see what happens to him, and then there was the boys, Travis Gibb and Rob Anderson, had actually asked people, we want to do a Kickstarter. It's going to be an anthology, but it's an anthology for established universes, and the anthology is intended to be the gap in between issues 1 and 2. So, and I thought that was really, really cool. I've been promoting that as well, and so Chuck and Sean have actually submitted the Welcome to the Void .5. Now, the reason why it's .5 is that they've taken specific moments in the book for a 4 or 5 page short, whereby it's from the perspective of the void. There are essentially 2 people in the void watching these moments, watching the moments weird stuff is happening on the page. This is from the point of view of the Void, which is really cool, and it does explain a little bit, but not enough to spoil what's going to happen next. So definitely check out The Advocator Presents Winter Edition on Kickstarter right now. There's only days left, so once this gets posted, which I'm hoping it'll be either tonight or tomorrow, there might be 48 hours left on that. So definitely check that out. Back it, because they're quite close to getting fully funded, but they still got a ways to go. So please go back that, and also welcome to the Void. Now, there's no release date as of yet, because Chuck is still organizing the rewards, and he wants all of his backers to receive the rewards first before he starts essentially before he starts selling it. But as soon as that's up on the website, I'll get a URL and I'll start pumping that out as well, and I'll also put in the links in the actual comments. So go check out Welcome to the Void. Next up, the next episode will be at random. So I'm going to grab one of the Kickstarters that I've backed since 2015 and actually do a review on that for Chuck's Raw. Sorry, let me do that again. All right. Okay, so it's Chuck's Raw Reviews Max Edition. Oh yeah! And like Chuck always says, peace, love, and comics.